Right, guys, please like, please subscribe, please share the videos, please become a channel member. Hopefully, Elvis will not be playing his doo-doo, next door. All the kids are off school, it's just too hot here, so they send the kids back home, or the kids don't go to school. It's just too hot, guys. It's very, very, very hot. So a lot of guys, they're all travelling, they're all going to Don Salvador, San Carlos, Mambacal, they're all riding out. Wherever they're going, they're headed that way, Escalante way. So, most of them are travelling from Bacolod City, coming this way. But that's the way to Bacolod City. So, as you'll see in a lot, lovely little Suzuki. I want one. Have I got the budget? No, I haven't got the budget. So, like one of you guys said, I'll chat about that in a different video actually. Budget I actually came to the Philippines on. Like I said in the previous video, hopefully I remember to upload this one to public, and most of all the rest will go to public. But don't bother complaining, because there's no voiceover, and a lot of you fools what are complaining, you don't watch the videos anyway. You just come onto the channel and you just mourn like girls. You just mourn like babies. So for you guys that actually do watch the videos, do help support me in whichever way. Thank the Lord. So it's nice to have all you guys on board what watch the videos, and make a nice comment. Whether you make a comment or not, actually looked at how many watch hours I needed. I need 500 watch hours now to be monetized. Seems a long way away. But that 500, it will seem a long way away, and it probably will be a long way away. So we're here, we're in Mercia, and that's the church. That's the Catholic Church. You can go in there and make a video. And really, all the churches, whether they're in England or, whether they're in the Philippines, are not the same. And, there's a lot to be said for church. But the Catholic Church here in Mercia, you can actually go in there, sit down, make a video. No one bothers you. Everyone will say hello. But you go to other places, and for some reason, if you stood outside on a public road, they're telling you they come out and they've got a lot to say. Hey, you can't make a video here, blah, 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 and we'll phone the police. And you think, really? Well, to be honest, you can't really stop me making a video. But I'll not go into that. And I won't even make a video on the churches. But if you make a video at this church, Catholic Church, no one, it's no big deal, it's no problem, everyone's friendly. But some of the other churches I've been to, passing, I actually thought I'd make a video. It's the okay ladies. And it looks like a couple of empty tables, because no one's making any money. Now, is that branded? So there's an okay here outside the church. And I always pass and I sit and chat to the ladies. So, forget, I'm not going to start chatting about the churches, but like I said, here is fine. There's no big problem making videos at the church. Everyone's happy, and a lot of people are happy to see you with a camera and say hello to you. Now, isn't that really funny? Because a lot of nice people in England, lot of nice ladies and gentlemen in England. But you all have this idea, if somebody's walking down the road making a video, you've all got negative and bad not all, I do apologise. There's a lot, like I said, a lot of great people in England, but you seem to have this idea that you can tell people what they can and can't do. when they're walking down the road doing a blog. You don't have a right. In England, you do not have a right to go up to someone and tell them they can't make a video or a blog, or you've got some problem. It's your problem, and all the problems are in your head. So everyone can make a video. Here in the Philippines, most people will say hello, and they're happy to say hello blog. They've got no big problem with it. But in England, a lot of people have a problem with you making a video. Like I said, it's not really anything to do with them. But a few in England, quite a few people will say hi, hello, and it's the same, they're happy. But there's a lot of people in England, when you start to make a blog, they've got this big problem. And, we're here now at the famous street market. This is the beginning of the famous street market. And like I said earlier on, side saddle, very, very dangerous for a lady. I know you're wearing a dress or a skirt. Very dangerous if you have a motorbike accident, a little accident. The lady will be in a very bad way. And the rider will probably get up and be okay, because the way you're sitting, girls, is very dangerous. Right. People are actually a lot of these guys have actually done the little bit of shopping very early in the morning. They'll be going off on a ride, or they'll be going visiting. So they've actually been here shopping very, very early. Some are here at 4:30, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to church. And you can see quite a lot of people now, and they're travelling around. And, this is the famous street market. I actually started the blog not from the market this morning, and I went up the other side of the road. So, I actually thought I would do something different at the Sunday street market. Rather than just join the street market. Next week, will I be at the street market? I do not know. I could really do with a budget, and I could actually start. Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. God bless. Now, Gloria, if you're actually watching this video, I'm not sure if this is going to members only. Probably not. This is not a members only video. Right, but Gloria, I hope everything went well with your surgery and you're taking care. Like I said, I can imagine it's a bit crazy. Right, so it gets a little bit crazy too here. In the Philippines, lots of motorbikers, everyone's busy. That's a police officer, and he's directing the traffic, which is a very hard job here in the Philippines. It's very, very hot. So, looks like this little girl's riding on the scooter, and you'll see quite a lot of kids here. And they're all riding on the scooters and the motorbikes. And from time to time, I actually do see a lot of these kids. And it's a bit crazy, the parents have got them stood up on the motorbike. You think, wow, if that little baby falls, you don't seem to understand if you have a little crash. Wow, that your little baby or your kids are going to get seriously hurt. But a lot of people stick the kids in the middle, and then, they try to keep them safe. But it's the only way to get to town. So you have to put your kids on the motorbike. So guys, you have to put your kids on a motorbike. You live good morning miss, you live 10 miles away, 10 kilometres away. It's a big problem, you have to get your kids into town. It's not England, they ain't all got a car, they're not on welfare, they're not getting unemployment benefit. Everyone here don't have a job. The miles away in the barangays, they're living in the countryside. You have to put your babies on a motorbike to get them to town. You cannot leave them, okay? So, I know a lot of you guys, England's totally different, right? We're more advanced. And hopefully England will become Great Britain again. And England will become great again. And there's a lot of great people in England. But, like I said, here in the Philippines, it's the only way. Now this guy, this police officer, it's the only way to get kids to town and do your shopping. It's your family. Now he's chatting to this lorry driver. The car was actually going to go up the church street. Now he's told him, I know what he's told him exactly, because he actually tells me the same when I try going up on the motorbike. Are you going to church? If you're going to church, you can go up this road and you can park near the church, because there's the famous street market on. So this guy driving off in the car, he's told him he can't go up there. Now this lorry, if this lorry goes up there, it will actually be probably delivering to one of the buildings or to the church, because now the famous street market's on, all the roads are blocked. There's two or three roads blocked off in Mercia for this famous street market. And that's the police officer's bike, a little bit back. So, you can actually see. You can see it's getting quite busy and everyone's out doing the shopping, and it really does get busy later on. And like I said, next week I'll actually do a video, but maybe I'll do it a little bit later and not so early in the morning. So I think that's what I'll actually do next week. I didn't join my friend for coffee last week. Didn't have the money to buy the coffee. I didn't actually join my friend here in the market for coffee, because I had a little bit of money, thanks. Like I said, thank God we had a little bit of a budget. So thank God. So we've got a little bit of a budget for this week, and very much appreciated. But Joveline said, now I was chatting to this girl, can't remember what she was saying to me now, but Joveline said, you don't want money for coffee because you've already had your coffee. So she didn't give me 20 pesos for coffee. So these guys, I don't know if they've been to church, probably to church. She's waving. Lot of nice, friendly people here. Lot of nice, friendly people here. In Mercy, another friendly guy. You've got a camera, you're doing a blog. Everyone's happy to see you. They say hello. And there is a big difference with the Philippines and the England. Now, I'll actually, my opinion is, a lot of people in England, they've got a clever attitude. There's a few clever attitudes here in the Philippines, but a lot of people in England seem to have this big-headed, clever attitude, and it ought to get knocked out of them. And bring back national service, bring back the army, stick them in the army. These young guys, stick them in the army. And I can actually remember, nothing to do with the Philippines, I were in Spain, and I were in Benidorm, and we were in the Bali, and the Bali, I think it's Bali or Bali, biggest hotel, 5-star hotel in Benidorm. And what happened was, went downstairs early in the morning, got something to eat, and I got an orange, and I stuck it in my pocket. And this guy came over, I think you're an English guy, and it's like a lot of you guys, a lot of you haters what come on to the channel, hateful people that's never done anything with your lives, and you have to be nasty on other people. The guy said to me, stuck an orange in my pocket, and I thought, well, I'm fairly hungry, I'll eat this orange later. Hey, he says, you'll get into trouble for that, I says, what? He says, people can see you putting that orange in your pocket. And I says to the guy, I said, this is a 5-star hotel. I don't think I don't think the staff and the management are actually going to start complaining about me sticking an orange in my pocket. And he had something to say, and I actually had something to say to the guy. And the next couple of days, I saw the guy near my table, and he just sat there watching. So I just sat there watching him back, and I walked past his table, and I picked an orange up, and I walked back past his table, and I stuck it back in my pocket, and I thought, wow, there's some really nasty, weird, petty people, wherever you go in the world. And I'm actually going to do a video on foreigners coming to the Philippines, because all you actually hear is, you just hear bad things about Filipino girls, so it's about time we heard something about some of you guys, what are coming here, and that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to actually do a video about some of you guys that come here, and some of the guys I've actually met here, some of the foreigners. So it's about time, someone actually did a video about you lot. There's good foreigners, there's bad foreigners, and it's as simple as that. Some great foreigners, lovely British people, bad British people, wherever you go in the world, guys. So World War II is, if I've got it correct. Now you'll have to read it. Now this is world champion undefeated featherweight. I think he's featherweight, or he could be I think he's actually bantamweight. Donny Natos is up there with Manny Pacquiao, very, very famous all over the world. And I've actually met the guy. He's a really nice guy, and there's a lot of nice people here, like I said, guys, in the Philippines. Wherever you go, you've got your lovely people.